everybody, how you going? It's Bridget from Bridget's Cottage Plants here. I'm out in my immediate backyard, the garden that we call Rory's garden. So I'm actually just doing a bit of weeding, making the most of a load of rain that we had last night. So it means that the ground's nice and soft for, digging up the weeds. And we've got an issue where we've got lots of grass coming through the border here. You can probably see it a little bit better if I tilt it that way. So yeah, where we've got the rocks, we've been doing a bit of work, slowly getting around here and getting this area all prepped off, and we are eventually going to get some concreting done. Terry's going to do a bit of an edge on the rocks to really try and help reduce this grass that's getting in. But in the meantime, so I've just been sort of gently weaving in and out of the plants. It's very relaxing, and yeah, I've got loads and loads of weeds right next to me. But I wanted to show you the sedum, because the sedum has the flowers that were there in summer. I didn't pick them all. Beautiful tall umbrellas of beautiful, like a real dusty pink right through to a rusty browny colour. They make the most beautiful floral displays, and the bees love them, the birds love them, and very beneficial in the garden. And they're a really tough plant. But they have died. What happens is they die right back down, and then we just start to get some growth happening at the bottom here of the plant. And I wanted to just show you what happens. So this area here dies right back on the stalk, and I'm just using my scissors. I get in and I cut that. It's quite hollow, so if you wanted to make some temporary, native bees or beneficial insect little hotels, you could use this and wrap them up, put them in a bit of wire and hang them in the garden, or a bit of string. It's a cool project to use these, but they're also great. They'll mulch down, so they're really cool. And then this is the tops. So they're quite brown and rusty, but I can use this in my dried flower arranging, and yeah, I mean, it needs a little bit of a tidy up. It would also need some sort of a spray on it to keep it from falling back any further. But it is a really beneficial plant when it comes to floral arranging. And what I'm doing now is just literally trimming all these dead branches back right down to the roots, because the new growth is coming through. And it's sort of like, I'm going to dig one up and just show you what it looks like at the bottom actually. So at the bottom of every stake or stem, if I was to pull up this one here, this is where all the new growth happens. So that there is a new plant. So the plant basically flowers, the flowers die down, they also throw seed, but then this section here is where all the energy goes back into, and we get new plants forming from here. So I can actually clip this down, chuck that in the compost pile, and that there is the beginning of a new plant for sedum. It's also called stonecrop. Oh my gosh, I can't actually remember the proper name of it. Sedum. There's three different types, or 4 different types of this variety. You get a white, a soft pink, a bright pink, and this one is called Autumn Joy. But it is a really, really good plant to have, and it's brilliant for propagating, and just, it's a really nice plant. It's very hardy. It's not going to hurt Rory if he charges into it. There's no spikes. So it's bordering on like a succulent, but it's extremely frost hardy as well, and heat extremes. So I really love it. When it gets bigger, it forms like a rosette, and then you just have this like clump that's like all at the bottom, this lovely rows of soft succulent leaves, and then up comes the tall flowers, and it is a very spectacular plant in the garden, an excellent filler plant. And I sort of like copy and paste it around the garden bed. You can put it as a backdrop flower plant, or you can have it in a pot. It's really good. It's got the height, and it's also got the durability. It's a tough plant, so anything that grows out in this garden's got to be tough. So that's just to show you the section that comes. I'm just putting that into a pot right now, and then I'm just going to take the camera off of the pod and show you what it looks like right down at the base while I'm working. So nice to see you again, and yeah, I'll keep touching base with you all. Hope you're well, and we're just on the verge of getting into spring, which is very exciting. So big shout out to all the people who are following me on YouTube. Thank you so much, really appreciate it. And just before I actually take this off the tripod, I'm going to move the tripod, I'm going to flip it around and check out Rory. Tough. Here he is. Hey Rory! Rory! Oh no, we don't want to disturb him. That's how he's looking. So anyway, that's Rory, doing it tough. We got the sun lounge out, and he's making the most of a bit of sunshine in the garden while I do a bit of morning weeding. All right, I'm going to flip it down now so you get a closer view of what's going on with the sedum at the bottom, and I'll say see ya. Okay, bye for now. Stay tuned. Okay, so here's the plant that I just showed you. This is an iris. This here is our beautiful soursop, which is a pain in the butt that I never really can seem to manage. And here we've got some grass. So you play the whole, you know, weave your fingers in and out to get things, but it's quite relaxing weeding really. So you can see here's a small stem, goes down, and there's some new growth at the bottom down there. Okay, this one, there's the stem of the plant, and look at this. So I've got a couple of other ones that I can show you that I've already trimmed down. Well, I'll show you one that's actually not been trimmed down yet. So that's what it looks like in the garden at the moment. And we're walking around here. I have one. Oh, sorry. We're really just live action here. So this one here is all, that's how many flowers were on it. Masses of flowers, and then they get heavier and heavier. They fall outward, so they can get a bit messy, but they fall outward and then they die back. Now I normally would pick this a lot earlier, but you can actually just, I'm holding on to the stem here, okay, and then I'm just literally, there, you can pull it out. That is how you can start a new plant. So it's so easy. So you can see one plant, I mean, and it's actually better if I get in and dig it by hand, but one plant could give me maybe, I don't know, 50, 40 plants if it's a substantial size. I find that if I cut them back too much, they won't develop as much the next year. So this one here that's just broken off, that will still grow. It's got a little root on it, but you could just also put that straight into the ground and it would grow. Here's another little clump in amongst some jonquils. So that's one that's just, you'll see that it's starting to form this little mound shape. And I have some more along this area of the garden. So yeah, I've got lots of work to do. There's another one, it's in amongst the soursops, and there's another one. So the telltale signs are the sticks that are coming up, and they will, these soursops, I'm going to get in here, weed all this, and these here will make a spectacular row of beautiful pink in summer. So this is what I've been doing. I've been weeding all this garden. This one goes up the back to where the chooks are, and you know, there you go, you can see where Rory was. I don't know where he is now, but this is the back part of this section of the garden. My main concern in here is I have a section of grass, that real thin, sticky, yeah, this type of grass, and it comes in from the neighbours who have got horses, and it's my one section of garden that I find very hard. Normal grass off of the lawn is hard enough, but that very fine grass is a pain. So we've got lots going on in here, but it's all weed free now. We've got the lemon balm, which a bit like the sedum, you just get the stalks coming up and then the new growth comes down at the bottom. Got the aeoniums, which have suffered a little bit with the frost there. Some bog sage here, which will be in flower soon. And then I've got buddleias, swan plants. I've got lucerne, I've got arctosis, I've got all sorts in here. Well, the wallflower is prolific now. The tulip verbena, that's just gorgeous. That's going to be a massive purple soon. And you just, oh, the monarch butterflies, they love this part of the garden. We've got some little calendulas Down there you can see another sedum. It's really rather tall, so you can see the sedum heads there. That one needs to be cut back and de-headed. And other than that, here's the honey bush, which is just lovely, soft, really soft foliage. And then I may as well show you the honey bush. We're going into a shady part of the garden. On this side, it's started flowering again. So I cut this right back and it's starting to come up. And so this is it cut back, and then it just sends up these big tall shoots, and then you get the flowers at the top that the birds sit on top of. They absolutely love them. And this is a lucerne tree here, which is also going to double as fodder for the chickens, and it's bringing up lots of nutrients from the soil from underneath. So yeah, I've got plenty of weeding to do. Beautiful buddleia there. Chickens are over there in the background, and this is a free one at the moment. So yes, weeding the path. All of these arctosis, beautiful bright pink. I'll be using them to strike up cuttings and reducing that, making it a path again. That would help if I had a path. But other than that, we're going pretty well in here. It's and the clothes on the line, adding a bit of colour there for you. Forget-me-nots growing in this beautiful dappled shade area. Plenty to do here, but it is good to get in and do a beginning of the season weed. And then what I do is I weed around things like the calendulas, the forget-me-nots and the lemon balms, and then I can pot them up and sell them and help pay for some of my gardening projects that I'm doing, like buying more dahlias and that sort of thing, getting new dirt, all of that. Alrighty, well, I will sign off for now. Don't know where Rory is. We will find him. But yeah, this is an area. There's going to be a tank stand on here soon, hopefully. That one's been taken down. And yeah, I'll get back to this. So that's what I'm doing. Working my way through this garden, creating some space so that the plants in there have got some, they don't have to fight the grass and the weeds so much to get through. It's mainly the grass that is the problem in here. And so you can see that that's a before section of what I haven't weeded, and this is like after. So it's definitely looking tidier without the weeds there. And I've just put those heads of the sedum aside, sorry my shadow, because they will be good for floral work. Okie doke, I will say goodbye for now. Toodaloo. Have a great day, everyone. Hi everybody, how you going? It's Bridget from Bridget's Cottage.